For 3 years, my life was a blur, and not the good kind. It was the 3 a.m. staring at the ceiling, heart pounding out of your chest kind of blur. I had tried everything. Melatonin made me groggy, white noise machines just gave me something to focus my anxiety on. Counting sheep? I had sheared the entire flock and was on to counting their individual hairs. I was desperate. My work was suffering, my relationships were strained. I felt like I was watching my life through a foggy window. And then I found it. Not in a medical journal, not from a sleep specialist, but in a book about 18th century Japanese samurai.
It was a technique so simple, so profoundly elegant, it felt almost stupid. It wasn't a pill, it wasn't a machine, it was a ritual. A series of 5 steps practiced for centuries by Japanese warriors to achieve a state of perfect calm before battle. They called it Namuri no Gokui, the secret art of sleep. I was skeptical. How could something so old possibly work in our world of blue light and endless notifications? But I had nothing to lose, so I committed to trying it for 1 week. What happened next didn't just change my sleep, it changed my entire waking life.
To understand why this works, you first have to understand why we fail. Our brains have a primitive, powerful little region called the amygdala. It's your alarm system. For our ancestors, it screamed, "Danger!" at the sight of a saber-toothed tiger. Today, it screams, "Danger!" at a stressful work email you read at 10 p.m. or a political argument on Twitter. This triggers a cascade of cortisol, the stress hormone, and cortisol is the mortal enemy of melatonin, the hormone that tells your body it's time to sleep. Our modern life is a constant, low-grade assault on the amygdala. We're in a state of chronic sympathetic nervous system activation, fight or flight. And you can't fight, flight, or sleep soundly. The Nemori no Gokui ritual works because it doesn't just tell you to relax. It systematically, physiologically forces your body out of fight or flight and into its opposite, the rest and digest parasympathetic nervous system. It's a manual override for your primal brain.
The ritual takes about 30 to 45 minutes. It's not something you rush. It's a ceremony you perform for yourself. Here are the 5 steps, exactly as I learned and practiced them.
The first step has nothing to do with your body and everything to do with your environment. In Japanese philosophy, there's a deep connection between external chaos and internal chaos. You cannot have a peaceful mind in a chaotic space. For 10 minutes, you tidy your sleeping area. Make the bed, put away clothes, clear the nightstand. This isn't about deep cleaning. It's about creating a visual signal to your brain that says, this space is for order. This space is for rest. The samurai believed a cluttered dojo led to a cluttered mind, and a cluttered mind led to death on the battlefield. For us, the battlefield is the modern world, and a cluttered room leads to a slow death by 1,000 stresses.
This is not a quick shower. This is a 15 to 20-minute soak in warm, not hot, water. The temperature should be around 100 to 104 degrees Fahrenheit, 38 to 40 degrees Celsius. The goal is to slowly, gently raise your core body temperature. Here's the beautiful, counterintuitive science. As your body cools down after the bath, it mimics the natural drop in core temperature that occurs when you fall asleep. This is a powerful physiological trigger for sleepiness. But there's a deeper layer, the wabi-sabi. This is the concept of finding beauty in imperfection and accepting the natural flow of life. As you soak, you consciously let go of the day's mistakes, the things you couldn't control, the imperfections. You are literally washing away the mental grime of the day.
After your bath, as your body begins to cool, you move to your prepared space. For the next 5 minutes, you practice deep abdominal breathing. Breathe in slowly through your nose for a count of 4. Hold for 4, and exhale slowly through your mouth for a count of 6. This is not just deep breathing.
This is Shinrin Yoku no Kokoro, bringing the essence of a forest bath into your mind. The extended exhale is key. It directly stimulates the vagus nerve, the command center of your parasympathetic nervous system. It's a biological switch that tells your amygdala, the tiger is gone, you are safe. With every long exhale, you are manually dialing down your stress response.
This was the hardest step for me. You get into bed and you simply lie there in the dark. No phone, no book, no distractions. You allow your gaze to rest softly on the ceiling. The goal is not to try to sleep. The goal is to simply be. The samurai practiced this to achieve a state of mushin, no mind, a mind not fixed on anything, free from agitation. When a thought about work arises, you acknowledge it and let it pass like a cloud in the sky. You don't fight it, you don't engage, you just return your soft gaze to the ceiling. This practice of non-striving is the ultimate antidote to the performance anxiety we often attach to sleep itself. The I need to fall asleep now pressure that keeps us awake.
The final step is a mental shift. It's the acceptance that sleep is a natural process, like a river flowing. You cannot force a river. You can only get into the boat and let it carry you. Jikan no Nagare is trusting the ritual, trusting your body, and releasing the need to control the outcome. Whether you fall asleep in 5 minutes or 50, you have already succeeded by performing the ritual. You have already given your body and mind the gift of deep restoration. The sleep itself is simply the final gift.
So, what actually happened? Day 1. Felt silly. My mind raced during step 4, but the bath was nice. I think I fell asleep faster, but it was hard to tell. Day 2. The tidying felt therapeutic. I noticed I was already looking forward to the ritual. The deep breathing actually made me yawn. Day 3. I had a stressful day. Almost skipped it, but I didn't. And during the wabi-sabi bath, I felt the stress physically leaving my shoulders. I slept for 6 straight hours. I cried a little the next morning. Days 4 through 6, it was no longer a technique. It was my new normal. The 3 a.m. wake-up stopped. The fog was lifting. Day 7, I woke up before my alarm, naturally. For the first time in years, I felt rested, truly rested. The clarity was shocking. It was like I had been watching the world in standard definition, and someone had suddenly switched it to 4K.
I know what you're thinking. I don't have a Japanese soaking tub. I don't have 45 minutes. Neither did I. Here's how to adapt it. No tub? A hot shower can work, but end with a few minutes of just standing in the warm steam. The key is the cool down afterward. Short on time? Condense it. 5-minute tidy, a 10-minute shower, 3 minutes of breathing. A 20-minute ritual is infinitely better than no ritual. Can't stop the thoughts? Don't fight them. In step 4, instead of just gazing, try a very simple, boring mental repetition. Count your breaths backwards from 100. The goal is boredom, not enlightenment. The framework is what matters. Environment, body, mind, acceptance. The Nemurino Gokui didn't just give me back my sleep. It gave me back my mornings, my focus, my patience. It taught me that the solution to a modern problem wasn't another modern quick-fix product. It was a return to a slower, more intentional way of living. We have forgotten how to transition. We go from screens to pillows and wonder why our brains are still buzzing. This ritual is that missing transition. It's a bridge from the chaos of the day to the peace of the night. You don't have to live in a fog. You don't have to be a slave to 3 a.m. anxiety. This 300-year-old secret is waiting for you. All you have to do is try it for 1 week. Give yourself this gift. You deserve it.